Good evening. Can everyone in the back hear me okay? No? How about now? Is that better? My name's John Winstead. I'm the Director of Fire and Health Services here at Nash Community College. I'd like to start out by saying how much I appreciate you all being here tonight. It's a big crowd. We have a lot of people to honor tonight for all their hard work and dedication to successfully complete these programs. So at this time, I'd like to ask everyone to make sure your cell phones and any other noise-making devices you have are silenced so we can show them the respect they deserve. Thank you.
If you would continue to stand while we do the invocation, thank you. Good evening, I'm Keith Smith, Associate Vice President for Community and Governmental Affairs here at Nash Community College. Let us pray. This is a day that has never been witnessed before. We are choosing to make the most of it by celebrating the accomplishment and achievement. As a body that represents higher education, we are pausing to seek the spirit and the power that brought us all to the campus of Nash Community College, to invoke its presence so others can witness the beauty of those individuals who prepared themselves to be credentialed in Nurse Aide 1, Nurse Aide 2, EMT Basic, and EMT Intermediate. This is my petition to the most powerful. Amen. You may be seated.
He had you faked out there for a little bit when. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bill Carver, President of Nash Community College. This is a very large group, and that is no understatement. Congratulations to the completers this evening. We got a lot of people here. On behalf of the faculty, staff, the Board of Trustees, and most importantly, the students of Nash Community College, I welcome you to campus. It gives me a great deal of pleasure always to showcase what our business is. Our business is about not enrolling students, as I have told my faculty and staff many times, as we changed how we do business at Nash Community College. It's about completing. You're completers this evening. There are some of you that may have had maybe a couple of friends that started with you. Unfortunately, they didn't work as hard, didn't complete. With this, people behind me here, the faculty, it is their job to make sure you do complete. But we don't give it away, ladies and gentlemen. You may know that already. You may have heard that they've had to study a little harder. They've had to take some time away from family. They've had to take some time away from children, maybe, to make this thing happen. And this journey that you're starting on is part of the journey that Nash Community College proudly has a role in our community, our healthcare community, our public service folks, and the first responders. Today is so hot, maybe you might have had some business today, I don't know. But I tell you, I was standing out there earlier today talking with some people, and I said, we got to go inside. So I'm happy that we have very fine facilities at Nash Community College, and one of those things is air conditioning, and I'm glad it's working this evening. But in all seriousness, thank you. You may have seen this around. Thank you for choosing Nash. That's also another slogan that we had. Some of you may have had a choice. You might have driven by some other community colleges that remain unnamed, but you chose the best. And you know why we're the best? It's our people. It's not because of necessarily the president. I'll take the credit, but it's our faculty that make it happen. So you got it firsthand. And that's why we have a large crowd, ladies and gentlemen, that faculty that make this happen. And it's a partnership. They have to study, we have to teach. And this is a celebration about that coming together and that partnership coming together and making it work. So again, welcome to Nash Community College. I'll turn the podium over to our person that's going to introduce our speaker this evening.
It is my pleasure this evening to introduce our speaker, Thomas Adcock. Mr. Adcock received his bachelor's in science in agribusiness from NC State University in 1986. Originally, he started work as a banker, but did a career change in 1990 after receiving his paramedic certification from Nash Community College. Mr. Adcock has worked in all facets of EMS, including critical care transport with East Care and Wake Mobile. The calling came again, and in 2005, he received his nursing degree from Excelsior College. As a nurse, Mr. Adcock has worked in the emergency department at Nash Healthcare and in transport with East Care. He has recently completed his BSN with East Carolina University and is currently employed in the pediatric emergency department at Nash Healthcare. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Thomas Adcock.
I'm going to have a confession to make in just 1 minute. Whenever you see someone come to a thing and they pull this out and say, oh no, it's going to be a long-winded speech. But I promise you, my wife Jamie said, Thomas, this is all about these students here tonight. This is not about you, so no war stories. And Miss Joyner said, you got 15 minutes, so I have 2 impetuses to go with this. Before I begin, there's no way anybody can do any kind of achievement in life without some type of support. I've had my support, I've had my kids, my wife, my parents, my grandparents before they deceased. And I want you to look at these people that are here with you tonight They didn't, I mean, in 94-degree weather today, and I'm sweating like a bullet because I went to the wrong building, and it's very hot outside. But look at the people over here that care about you, the people behind you, your instructors. One of my good friends, Mr. Talbot back there, and Brandon, I see one of your instructors. These people here care about you, Miss Faye and Miss Olivia. They care about you, and I think you need to give them a round of applause before you do anything else. You know, it's whenever you make a career change, it's not an easy thing to do. As Robert Frost once said in a poem years ago, before any of you were ever born, before I was born, the road less taken. Sometimes you go and you have to go in that door and you shut the door behind you. And you sacrifice a lot, you give up a lot. You have people say, why do you want to be an EMT? Why do you want to be an intermediate? Why do you want to be a paramedic, going to be a paramedic? Why do you want to be a nurse aide? Or care partner, as I like to call you. You have to sit there and do a lot of soul search and say, this is what I want to do, and this is going to lead to bigger and better things. You make a lot of sacrifices, you give up a lot. You hear a lot of folks that probably couldn't make the program say, it was a waste of time, you're wasting your time, but you didn't give up. You never quit. You kept going. It's not easy. For those of y'all who have done clinicals, you know how we nurses can be sometimes in the ED. Sometimes we have less than optimum time to spend with you. The people that do the clinicals, it's tough, I know. A lot of times we don't get you all those IVs that you want. You don't get all the meds. We do the best we can, and we appreciate your patience as well as you probably tolerate some of our doings. You know, we nurses can be a strange breed sometimes. But you didn't take the easy way out. And I wanted just to give you a few things here, and this is going to be a short and sweet spiel here, but I wanted to let you know it's going to be hard work. Don't sit on your laurels. This is going to be hard work. It's only the beginning now. You're all going to go sit and test for your appropriate tests and certifications. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be hard work. You're going to see fluids coming out of people that you would never have said, what is this? You're going to see things, particularly in the emergency department and in the field, you're going to see things that have gotten into people. You say, how did that ever could have gotten into somebody's thing? You're going to learn the best. And I'm keeping this G-rated. You're going to see a lot of people that are not going to be tolerant of you. They're not going to understand, but you keep on plugging. Don't quit. It's going to make a difference. Keep on going. You know, you will succeed. And before you know it, you're going to have some instructor or some colleague come to you and says, can you precept or can you let this so-and-so shadow you? And just before a few short years ago, you remember I was the one that was doing the shadowing. Or I was the one doing the precepting. I know you're a bunch of good, great kids. I've seen a lot of y'all working where I work, and particularly EMS. I see some of you that have come into Nash. But you have to, you just got to remember, just don't sit on your laurels. Keep learning. One thing about EMS, I have a true heart for EMS. I was a paramedic before I was a nurse. I never got to do the nurse aide or care partner. That's a requirement now. And really, I'm going to talk a little bit about both sides here. The best nurses were the ones that started out as care partners or nurse aides, because they're the ones. I'm sitting there looking at my board at night when I'm getting my assignment. The first thing I do is look and see who my care partner is. A good care partner can make or break a nurse's day, just like a good nurse can make or break a physician's day. With EMS, it's so nice to have, I can see people come in and I see what they do, and I know because you're going to be taking care of me. I'm going to be calling you to come to my house in the middle of the night, because sooner or later we all are on a hospital bed, and sooner or later most of us have to call these fine folks in the ambulances. And so just don't take it, looking back, we're not just here for graduation, but think about these are the ones that are going to be taking care of our loved ones, our children, our elderly grandmothers and aunts. And so just understand the responsibility that they carry, not just from this graduation, but moving forward. And please support them. Probably the last thing I want to tell you is when I was a kid, when my children were kids, I used to be this game, here I go dating myself, but called Mario. And one of the tricks to get through Mario Land was on the endless stairway. the stairway never ended. You kept climbing, and Mario kept climbing and climbing and climbing. And that's sort of the way this life is. Don't sit on your laurels and say, you know what, that's it, I'm through. I'm not going to do any more. You need to continually be learning. Don't say, well, this is it. I'm not going through this mess again. I've gone through enough. Keep learning, keep learning, keep learning. It's a continual, lifelong experience. I'm 54 years old and I still don't know what I want to do. We all have bucket lists, and I hope everybody has a bucket list until the time they pass on. But in closing, I want to say, look at these folks right here. Be proud of what they've done. They should be proud. You should be proud of what you've done. But remember, the journey has just begun, and I'm kind of envious because I look at all these young kids out here, and I call them kids, and just think how much potential you've got and what you're going to be doing with yourselves, both outside in the field or whether you work in the hospital. But you know, there's just so much to be done. And I'm not just saying this because I'm in front of you doing a speech, but the hospital staff, there's no way we could do without what you do in the hospital and what you do for us in EMS before they get there. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Ms. Joyner. I'm the program coordinator for the Nurse Aide program, and I would be remiss if I didn't start by saying thank you to my instructors. Ms. Winstead, if you'll stand, please. Cherie Winstead. She is my full-time instructor for Nurse Aide 1, and Faith Igluski on the stand with me, who has been at Nash Community College teaching in the Nurse Aide 2 program since before I got here. I'm going to date both of us, Faye, since before I got here in 1999. I absolutely could not do my job, and our program could not run without the excellent instructors that I have, and so I sincerely thank them. Congratulations to all the Nurse Aide graduates this evening. And a sincere thank you to you as well for sticking with the Nurse Aide 1 program and the Nurse Aide 2 program at Nash Community College. We did require you to work hard. We do expect a lot of you. When you go out in the healthcare field, they're going to expect more. Healthcare is a wonderful field to be in. It is one of the few jobs I know, other than teaching, where you can know every single solitary day that you go to work that you have made an impact, hopefully a positive impact on someone's life. But healthcare is going to require 100% from you every day. Your patients don't want 95%. They don't want 98%. They want 100% of what you have to give. And so it's rewarding and it's demanding. But I know every single solitary person who makes it through our program is up to the challenge. And I am proud to send each and every one of you out into the healthcare field, into our community, and know that you will represent yourself and Nash Community College well. It is my pleasure at this time to present certificates to the Nurse Aide 1s who have completed our program. Tiana Alston. Ebony Armstrong. Dominique Baines. Cassandra Battle. Courtney Bennett. Jennifer Best. Gwendolyn Blackwell. Barbara Blunt, Emily Bonsell, Rebecca Champion, Blair Edwards, Ricolette Elliott, Alma Garcia, Crystal Gibson, Kimberly Graham, Catherine Hefner, Latoya Hicks, Tatanisha Hill, Tanya House, Jasmine Hudson, Robin Joyner, Jaleesa Judkins, Diana Keel, Brittany Miller, Shanika Pittman, Amanda Pridgeon, Jasmine Ragland, Aquila Silver, Joetta Stubblefield, Lori Vick, Mia Vick, Alexis Williams, and Sheena Williams. It is also my pleasure to present certificates to our Nurse Aide 2 graduates. Brittany Cohn, I'm sorry, Brianna Cohn, I'm sorry, Sandra Cohn, congratulations, Ashley DeMint, James Green, Andrea Hawks, Bailey Parker.
Good evening. I'm Olivia Moss. I'm the EMS coordinator here at Nash Community. I would like to recognize my EMT basic instructor, Kimberly Messer, and my EMT intermediate instructor, Brandon Taylor. They're both sitting at the back, but everybody can kind of turn around and look at them when they stand up. All right, we're going to start with the EMT basic students. Dontamius Alston. Timothy Askew. Megan Bandy. Christina Hinton. Donald Jeffrey Joyner. James Ray Pridgeon. Kendall Blake Sauls. Ellen Saunders. Blake Smith. Kamani Stanley. And Jamison Tyson. The next group is our EMT intermediates. Randall Lamb. Teresa Lynch. Brandy Simmons. Crystal Swenson. Kizzy Taylor. If we could, let's give this whole group one more round of applause.
Okay, just three things. I'm kind of out of protocol here, but an explanation. I have a coach that didn't want to shake your hand, so you wouldn't have something to blame on me. And the other thing I like for you, the graduates, want to say congratulations, and also like for you to just turn your head slightly and tell the people behind you thank you for supporting you. Okay, if you would, please stand with as I do the benediction. Okay. As we leave this place, I pray that we find our family circles unbroken, that Nash Community College will continue to provide quality instruction and services, and that the individuals who were recognized here this evening go forth and make our society a better place in which we live. Amen. And now I guess you can continue standing, or you can join us for some refreshment in the back.